some that the teacher called follow-up questions. Do you remember? Particularly those people who were with me, they know what the follow-up questions are. Remember that the follow-up questions are the questions so as to continue a conversation. Well, today we will be using those follow-up questions along with mini questions or short questions. Well, these mini questions, we usually use them when we want to show surprise. Have you ever heard the expression, oh, really? Have you ever heard that?
Yes.
Okay. People usually say the expression, oh, really? When they want to show surprise and they want to continue with the conversation. So they show surprise by saying, oh, really? And then they continue with another follow-up question. Well, in level 3, you learn follow-up questions, and here you will learn these mini questions to show surprise. Instead of the typical and very used, oh, really? Let's see the novelty in this case. For example, somebody says, I am working in an agency. I'm working in a travel agency. And then this is speaker 1. And then probably speaker 2 will say, oh, really? But I don't want to use the typical, oh, really. So what I am going to do here is to take the original and say, oh, are you? Is exactly the same as, oh, really? The only difference is that this is a little bit more complex because you have to pay attention on what the other person is previously using. And that is why you can take advantage and then make your question. And then you can continue with the normal conversation. Oh, really? My sister works in an agency too. You see, this, oh, are you, give us the continuity for the rest of the conversation. Let me give another example. Let's suppose that this is Anna, and this is Sam. Okay, and here maybe she is saying, I passed my exams, and then he probably say, oh, did you? Wonderful news. Okay, this question, did you, will show not only the surprise, but also your interest in the conversation. I passed all my exams. Oh, did you? How can I know that this is did you? Because look, the original verb is in past. In this case, the original verb is am. So that is why I am using are you. Yes, is everybody following me?
Yes.
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 Okay. Let's suppose that somebody says, I what? I have 2 brothers who study at Mayab. And then the other person will probably say, oh, do you? My sister studies at Mayab too. Okay, remember, this is simply to show surprise. Only surprise, instead of the really, instead of the typical, oh, really? Then you will be using. But just be very careful because you have to use the same auxiliary the other person is using in the original sentence. I have two brothers. Do you? How can I know that this is do you? Because it's the negative. What is the negative of I have? I don't have. No, I don't. In this case, this is the auxiliary that I need. When are you going to consider have as your auxiliary? Whenever you have present perfect. I have gone to Tabasco. Well, in this case, yes, your auxiliary will be have. But in these other cases, no, not yet. I have gone to Tabasco. Oh, have you? Okay, that one. Is that okay?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Can I give you a couple of examples in sort of a mini exercise? Nothing personal, Robert. It's because I just needed the example. Okay, just one more.
Teacher,
Yes.
in the first, could be, oh, it is, or
Is
not.
it? Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. Do you want me to put it? It's raining. Oh, what was the answer you said?
It is, it is.
Uh-huh. But as a question, is it? As a question, Kimi.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, I can swim.
Or you can't?
Remember, it's a question. Oh, can you? It's a question. 3. I am making some coffee.
Oh, are you?
Mm-hmm. Come on, invite me some. And then it says, come on, invite me some. Okay, next one. Robert was late for the exam.
Oh, he what? Oh, was he?
Mm-hmm. Okay, and the last one. I have a new computer.
You have? Or
No.
have you?
Have you?
No, because remember that have is my verb. It's not my auxiliary. And here you have do you. You have to use auxiliaries, not verbs. Oh, do you? Yes, is that okay?
Yes.
Well, so this is what we call mini questions. Mini questions used to show surprise. Tenía el micrófono apagado. Okay. Well, questions?
Not
No,
me.
teacher.
No? All right. Que vimos ayer y que en esta ocasión lo que le vamos a agregar. Tenemos outfit, typical outfit, dress, identity, and as a verb, identify, Native American, garment, synesthesia, globalization. So this is going to be the new word, globalization. When can we say that we are referring to globalization? Tell me, what does the term involve? What does it say? For example, we usually say we live in a global world.
Globalization.
Mm-hmm.
But what is the question?
What do you think globalization is? Why do people
Ah.
say we live in a global world?
I think some special movement or like
Globalización.
Mm-hmm. But when do people use the term? To refer to what?
about some characteristic in the for about a country, a product, or from the another country or one other part
Okay.
for
Then let me-
business, export or import.
Yeah, we can talk about a global market, a global
Global brands.
what? Okay, global culture, etc. But why globalization?
For the culture.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So we can probably say that culture is or it's a global culture.
Yes.
Maybe. But if it's global, it's because it is involving what?
Economic.
Okay, because it's involving everything. Mm-hmm. For example, if we talk about a global culture, that means that the culture involves everything. If we talk about a global
Situation for a maybe a problem or maybe a type.
it could be, why not? Mm-hmm. When we are using globalization, yes, we are probably referring to
All no, a todo, a un todo.
right, a un todo. Exactly, that is the correct one. They are referring to one thing. Okay, here is the word, globalization.
Is a one thing in general.
Okay, yes, because it involves different things in only one. Here we have to complete the definition of globalization. Use the same word twice. Come on, ideas. Does anybody want to read? Ready? Nobody? Mm-hmm. Just read it, please, Jorge. Globalization
Globalization
is the idea.
is the idea.
Is it possible for you to see the screen?
Huh?
Yes, can you see the screen?
Yes. I
Okay.
read the list.
Well, the definition is here. Globalization is the idea.
No, I don't see the.
Only see globalization.
Yes.
Pero sí puedes ver la definición o no.
No. No.
Only can see the list of vocabulary.
Yes.
Ok. Ahora bien, eso. Thank you. ¿Qué tal ahora?
No.
Yes.
¿Ahora sí? Bien. Aquí, Jorge, es donde vas a ver globalization.
Okay. Globalization is the idea that companies are now working in many different.
Ajá. El blank. The cultures of
The
those.
culture of those are also
Blank.
becoming more similar.
Okay, very nice. So probably we can say that globalization is the idea that companies are now working in many different countries, and the cultures of those countries are also becoming more similar. Por eso le llamamos globalización, porque estamos envolviendo a todo lo más que sea posible. En este caso, bueno, hablamos de los países. ¿Listos?
Yes,
Muy bien.
miss.
Entonces, esta definición de globalization la vamos a incluir nosotros también. Estas, por ejemplo, que ya están aquí, más o menos ya las conocen. Popular, global, national, positive. For example, nowadays, companies sell all to a global
Market.
right.
Oh, this,
No, this is not.
no, it's for number 2.
Global market. Okay, what about television is a good
View.
example of popular
You.
view. No, I'm afraid not. Why not? Because here, look. Watching, okay, I try to have a positive view of changes in my life. Watching, you see, here is the germ. Watching baseball is part of the American national
Culture.
identity.
Oh, right.
And television is a good example of popular culture. Así es. Okay, así es. So we have culture, identity, and view. Popular culture, global market, and national identity, positive view. Chicos, no olviden estas 4 palabras de vocabulario, por favor, porque las vamos a seguir manejando.
Okay, ma'am.
¿Listos? Popular culture, global market, national identity, and positive attitude. Muy bien. Ok, chicos, nos vamos a ir